What a week. Manuel Ugarte is now being romantically linked to stunning British influencer Georgia May Heath. Yeah, the same Georgia who used to date Kylian Mbappe. Matheus Cunha could be heading to Manchester United in a surprise twist. Meanwhile, disaster strikes the lower leagues as a referee literally finds human feces stuffed in his shoe. Yeah, real classy. Over in Spain, Real Madrid's manager situation is spiraling out of control, with Carlo Ancelotti's future hanging by a thread. Fans are once again dragging Aaron Ramsey's so-called curse back into the spotlight after the shocking death of the Pope. Declan Rice just got the surprise of his life with a special gift from none other than Ed Sheeran after his masterclass against Real Madrid. Mudryk is fighting back against doping allegations, even taking a lie detector test to clear his name. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola's wife decides to give the bold guy a chance, and no, you couldn't script this stuff. Kevin De Bruyne finally breaks his silence on his brutal Manchester City exit. No respect, no proper send-off, just business. They kicked him out like a dog. An investigation is underway after a referee found human feces inside his shoe during halftime of a York Football League Premier Division match. The incident happened on Easter Saturday during the clash between Old Molton St Mary's and Malt Shovel. At the break, the referee returned to his dressing room only to discover that someone had broken in and excreted in his Nike trainer. Absolutely disgusting behavior, and it didn't end there. Shaken and fearing for his safety, the referee called the match off immediately. The North Riding Football Association has now launched a full investigation. If it's proven that either club or their supporters were involved, they could face serious consequences, including fines or point deductions. An utterly vile act that has rightly shocked grassroots football. Declan Rice is rocking both on and off the pitch. Fresh off his massive performance for Arsenal against Real Madrid, the midfield received a surprise gift, a signed guitar from Ed Sheeran himself. Their friendship isn't brand new. It dates back to Euro 2020 when Rice, then still at West Ham, linked up with Sheeran during England camp downtime for a duet of Oasis's Wonderwall. That iconic moment lit up social media and apparently sparked a bond between the two. Fast forward 4 years and Ed's still keeping the bromance alive. The gifted guitar came with a handwritten message that read, "Declan, you play this. Next time I see you, we'll have a sing-song. PS killer free kicks." Declan posted the gift on Instagram, clearly buzzing about it. And now, Ed's challenged him to learn guitar ahead of their next jam session. From smashing goals to, maybe soon, smashing chords. Rice is literally playing on all fronts. Football fans are once again talking about one of the sport's strangest legends, the Aaron Ramsey curse. On Monday, the world mourned the death of Pope Francis III, who passed away at the age of 88 following a 2-month battle with pneumonia. But while tributes poured in, a section of football fans were busy drawing connections, bizarre ones. The so-called Ramsey curse suggests that whenever Aaron Ramsey scores a goal, a major celebrity or public figure dies shortly after. It's not just a wild internet myth. Over his career, Ramsey has scored exactly 100 goals, 79 for club, 21 for Wales, and eerily, at least 25 high-profile deaths have followed closely after those goals. Here's where things get weirder. Ramsey didn't even score this time, but fans are pointing out that just 2 days before the Pope's death, the Welshman was announced as Cardiff City's new manager. Coincidence? Maybe, but the internet doesn't think so. One fan said, Aaron Ramsey took over Cardiff on Friday. Now the Pope has died. The curse strikes again. Whether you believe in football jinxes or not, this strange pattern just refuses to disappear, and Ramsey's name keeps popping up whenever something big happens. Kevin De Bruyne has finally opened up about the shocking end to his Manchester City career, and it wasn't his choice. The Belgian maestro, who's been the heartbeat of City's midfield for nearly a decade, confirmed earlier this month that this season would be his last at the Etihad. But now we know the decision came from the club, not the player. In a brutally honest interview over the weekend, De Bruyne admitted he was left shocked and blindsided when City's director of football's Txiki Begiristain and CEO Ferran Soriano told him in a brief meeting that there would be no contract renewal. There was a little bit of shock, De Bruyne confessed. I didn't have any offer from them the whole year, and the club made a decision. Obviously I was a bit surprised, but I have to accept it. Let that sink in, not even a conversation, let alone a farewell offer. And sadly, this isn't the first time. Fans will remember how City unceremoniously let go of club legends like Sergio Aguero and Yaya Touré under similar circumstances. No proper send-off, no dignity, just business. For De Bruyne, who's won it all with City, multiple Premier League titles, domestic cups, and that long-awaited Champions League, it's a brutal ending, one that's hard to justify. As the saying goes, you either leave as a hero or stay long enough to become the villain. Man City's legacy with legends is becoming worryingly consistent, cold, clinical, and painfully ungrateful. The Premier League is under fire after white men have been blocked from applying for coaching jobs at clubs like Manchester United and Liverpool. Total madness. It's all because of a Premier League funded scheme called the Coach Inclusion and Diversity Scheme, meant to boost the number of female, black, Asian, and mixed heritage coaches in full-time roles. Good idea on paper, but now it's chaos. Manchester United literally posted listings saying only underrepresented groups can apply. Same with Liverpool, Tottenham, Villa, Newcastle, and more. People are furious, calling it reverse discrimination. The controversy is getting louder, and this is just the beginning. Manchester United are in serious talks to sign Wolves' Brazilian forward Matheus Cunha, with reports claiming the club is ready to activate his £62.5 million release clause this summer. United have already made contact with his representatives, and discussions over personal terms are progressing behind the scenes. Cunha has been one of the breakout stars of the 2024-25 Premier League season. With 14 goals and 6 assists so far, he's been directly involved in 20 goals, more than any United player this season. And he's not just about stats. His link-up play, ability to drive through midfield and press from the front have turned him into a nightmare for defenders. Originally signed by Wolves from Atletico Madrid for around £44 million, the 25-year-old has quickly become their main man. He plays as a second striker, but can also operate as a 10 or even as a wide forward. Exactly the kind of versatility United are lacking right now. The fact that he's currently rated as the third best player in the league this season, only behind Mo Salah and Cole Palmer, speaks volumes about the level he's performing at. Sources close to Wolves believe they're open to selling, not because they want to, but because of FFP pressures and the size of the release clause, which they cannot negotiate down. United see him as a long-term solution in attack, especially if they choose to offload Antony or Sancho permanently. Ruben Amorim is said to be heavily involved in the scouting and shortlisting process, and Cunha fits the mold: aggressive, technical, and hungry. Amorim wants more energy and intensity in the final third, and Cunha ticks every box. This move could be huge. A dynamic player, Premier League proven, and entering his prime. But it all comes down to whether United can move fast enough, because interest is growing. Sources in Spain say Atletico Madrid have a buyback clause and are monitoring the situation. Arsenal and Spurs are watching too, but United are believed to be the front runners right now. Cunha to Old Trafford? It's not done yet, but it's heating up. Leeds could sack Daniel Farke. Just days after promotion. Daniel Farke, the man who just dragged Leeds United back into the Premier League, could already be on the chopping block. Serious doubts are creeping in at boardroom level. Despite the promotion, some at Ellen Road aren't convinced Farke is the man to keep them in the top flight, and survival next season is everything. Behind the scenes, the club's US-based owners, 49ers Enterprises, are reportedly weighing their options. They're worried about Farke's Premier League record, and they've got a point. Back at Norwich, Farke's side finished dead last in his first Prem season with just 21 points. Then, in his second stint, he was sacked in November after picking up only 5 points from 11 games. That history is hard to ignore. No decision has been made yet, but other candidates are already being looked at. And yes, they know this could backfire badly with fans, but for the board, it's simple: survival or bust. Massive call looming in Yorkshire. Mykhailo Mudryk has taken drastic steps to prove his innocence, even going as far as passing a lie detector test, according to Shakhtar Donetsk chief Sergei Palkin. The Chelsea winger is currently suspended from football after testing positive for meldonium, a banned substance. He hasn't played for Chelsea since November and is still waiting on the results of his B sample, which could confirm or overturn the initial test. But Mudryk isn't sitting back. While the football world watches in silence, he's actively trying to clear his name. His former club's chief claims the Ukrainian star voluntarily underwent a polygraph test and passed it. He doesn't understand how it could have happened, said Palkin. He has no clue, no idea at all. Mudryk also recently dropped a cryptic comment on Chelsea's socials, hinting at how much he misses being part of the squad. For now though, all eyes are on that B sample, because if it comes back positive, things could get very real, very fast. The Atletico Madrid and Spain centre-back made headlines this week, not for a tackle, but for a red carpet appearance. Lenormand showed up suited and glowing at the 2025 Laureus World Sport Awards in Madrid, arm in arm with model Cassandra Cano. And let's just say, the cameras loved them. But this isn't just your average new couple alert. This comes months after Lenormand was caught in a whirlwind love triangle involving Sierra Martinez, daughter of PSG manager Luis Enrique, and Barcelona forward Ferran Torres. Let's rewind. Sierra and Torres had been dating since his Manchester City days, but the couple split in May 2023 to focus on their careers. Not long after, in April 2024, rumors swirled that Sierra was now involved with Lenormand, Torres' own Spain national team teammate. Awkward? Extremely, but it was never confirmed officially. Now? Well, it looks like Lenormand has moved on, and very publicly. His appearance with Cassandra Cano is being seen as a hard launch of their relationship, ending the speculation around the love triangle once and for all. Leicester City legend Jamie Vardy will leave the club at the end of the season, and yes, it's the end of an era. The 37-year-old joined the Foxes from Fleetwood Town for just £1 million back in 2012. 13 years later, he leaves as one of the greatest stories English football has ever seen. Premier League title? Check. FA Cup? Check. Community Shield? Championship wins? Check and check. What Vardy did at Leicester will live forever. He didn't just play for the club, he was the club. From that insane 2015/16 title run to leading the line season after season, Vardy gave it all. Heart, grit, goals, and a celebration or two along the way. Now, with his contract running out, Vardy becomes a free agent. The next move? Unknown. But wherever he goes, he leaves Leicester as a legend, signed for $1 million, worth his weight in gold. The rest? Pure history. Vinicius Jr is staying put, and it's almost official. Real Madrid are closing in on a new long-term contract for the Brazilian star, with the final agreement now in place and expected to be signed very soon. The deal? 5 years. That's the plan currently agreed between Vini, his camp, and the Madrid board. Talks have been ongoing since February, and now it's all but done. No drama, no tension, just full commitment from both sides. Vinicius has always made it clear he wants to be part of Real Madrid's future, and with this new deal, he's locking himself into the project for the long haul. All that's left now? The signature. Then it's here we go, officially. The future of Real Madrid's bench is still wide open, with Carlo Ancelotti now very likely to leave at the end of the season. The Brazilian national team are pushing hard behind the scenes to get their man. Officials from the CBF have already been in Madrid over the past few days, and they're not leaving anytime soon. Their mission? Secure Ancelotti immediately, not after the Club World Cup, not later in the summer. They want him now. Meanwhile, over at Real Madrid, plans are quietly being shaped, and yes, and then nothing has changed. Xabi Alonso is still the club's absolute top choice. Option 1, 2, and 3. The club is waiting for the right time to go formal, but behind the scenes, all roads are pointing to Xabi. Big decisions coming soon at the Bernabeu. The signs have been there for months, and now it's becoming clearer than ever. Darwin Nunez is expected to leave Liverpool at the end of the season. Back in January, Saudi side Al Nassr made a serious move for the Uruguayan forward. Nunez was open to the switch, ready for a new challenge, but it was Liverpool who said no. They weren't interested in making changes mid-season. Now, as the summer approaches, things are shifting. There's mutual respect between Darwin and the club, but the feeling is that it's time for a new chapter. The plan is to part ways in June, with interest already lining up. Saudi Pro League clubs are still in the mix, but don't rule out a European move either. Several top teams are watching the situation closely. Nothing is signed yet, but the message is simple. Darwin Nunez is on the move. Luka Modric is now a minority owner at Swansea City Football Club. Yes, Modric and Swansea. But let's be clear, this is not a move on the pitch. It's a move off it, a personal investment project for the future. The Croatian maestro remains fully focused on Real Madrid, where he's still a key figure for Carlo Ancelotti. In fact, he's having a stronger start this season than the last. His leadership, his class, still crucial for the Bernabeu side. And Modric's plan is crystal clear. He wants to continue playing at Real Madrid beyond this season. That's been the intention all along, but at the same time, he's planting seeds for the next chapter. The investment in Swansea is part of a broader vision, building something for the future while still going strong as a player. So yes, a Luka Modric, legend on the pitch, investor off it, is officially a minority owner of Swansea City. Despite reports circulating from England, Cristiano Ronaldo is not planning a move to Inter Miami this summer. Sources close to the player have made it clear Ronaldo has no intention of leaving Al Nassr as a free agent, and no discussions are taking place between his camp and the MLS side. That means all the noise about a dream link-up with Lionel Messi at the Club World Cup? Fake. No Messi-Ronaldo reunion, no Inter Miami move, no summer twist, so don't expect the GOATs to share a dressing room anytime soon. Rumours denied, case closed. Manuel Ugarte is now being romantically linked to stunning British influencer Georgia May Heath. Yeah, the same Georgia who used to date Kylian Mbappe. Back in 2021, she was spotted having dinner with Mbappe in Greece, and earlier this year, they even went on vacation together in Morocco. But it looks like Georgia has moved on, and fans are convinced she's now with Ugarte. Why? She's been posting TikToks from an apartment that looks exactly like his. One video? Georgia rocking a pink nightdress, right from what fans spotted as Ugarte's Manchester flat. Receipts everywhere, and the internet is going crazy. And that's it for today. Have a great week.